Hi there. I just want to talk a little bit about a subject which came up today while talking with a friend of mine. We were discussing the ongoing scandal in the Guards, which are the Irish police force, for those of you not from Ireland. And it's been an ongoing saga. It's something I wasn't too up on. My friend filled me in on it, and I had to laugh. I just had to laugh, as I did, and as I have done many times over the last few years. Hence why I don't look at the news too much, because it's a comic performance. Some of these scandals, some of the stuff that's coming out. So our police superintendent, she was asked to supply information off her phone, and she said she had lost her phone. So to anybody who's familiar, this has been just one thing after another, from files missing and all sorts of scandals within the training facility in Ireland for the police. So, you know, we were just having a good laugh. It seems that now it's on a weekly basis that something comes up around the world where you just go, well, you could say they're taking the piss, but I think they believe it. I think there are still some people who believe it. I just laugh. I find it quite amusing that anybody could take any of this stuff serious anymore. I think people are making it up on the spot. We've got all the Trump stuff going on in America and all that, but this is just highlighting the society we live in. This is just highlighting the standards that we live by, and it's just so interesting, because I also had a conversation with my father probably a year or two ago as well, where I was saying to him that every time one of these events or scandals happen, more people kind of wake up to the kind of craziness of it all. So people, and I've had this conversation as well, where you're asked, well, what's the alternative? What do you do? How do you get around this? And I don't think there's too much you can do other than observe it and detach, move away, kind of pull yourself back from it all, switch off and carry on doing what you're doing. I think there will come a tipping point. I think you will have where you get enough people who don't believe in this anymore, and the system will change. I don't exactly know when that will happen, but I have a funny feeling it's going to happen sooner rather than later, because it seems that the speed of this, these events are just increasing. It seems on a daily basis. We're hearing about something new within the world that seems just crazy, and there doesn't seem to be anybody taking any form of responsibility. Everybody seems to be off laying it on someone else, and after a while it just seems like the same drone. Whether you're listening to American politics or Irish or British or anything like that, it's the same drone, and the media just keep pumping out this stuff. So I think people are just getting tired. I definitely got tired a few years ago. So how's it been? Initially it was very difficult to switch off. You keep getting drawn back in, you keep kind of pulling back in, and you go, oh God, you get upset and you get wound up, and you say that they're lying, or they're wars that are happening, they seem unlawful, all this kind of stuff. There's crazy corruption, but then eventually, bit by bit, you kind of say it is what it is, and it has to happen. Because it has existed for a long period of time. It has been there, but we were playing along with it. It was kind of, I suppose, when you have more people on the one page, things look more normal. But as we sort of change and evolve and maybe grow up, it doesn't look so normal anymore. So it's not really, as I thought in my early days of looking at this, it's a split of society, that we need to split away and that we need to separate ourselves. It's not really that, because we can't be separated. It's all one thing. We're on this planet together, and we all have to work together. So we have to, I suppose, be patient in the process. So I suppose if someone is in school and they're in first grade, and someone's in fifth grade, whatever, there's going to be a difference. But the both of them are in school. It's just the different levels that you're at. So as your awareness comes up, and you become you start smiling at the story, at the whole show that's going on at the moment, and you've moved past the point of hurt and pain and annoyance, and you start feeling, okay, well, what can I do? How can I change it? You are changing it by being that observer. You are changing it by having them conversations with other people. You're making a difference by being yourself, by being an individual who's thinking and who is willing to look at things from a slightly different perspective. So if you're getting a bit wound up and you feel a bit on your own, and you're kind of sitting there going, nothing's happening, and I'm going to have to live in this the rest of my life, I think be a bit more optimistic, because the conversation with a growing number of people is becoming more elevated, and it is definitely moving in the way of change. So be content that you have awoken and that you are making a difference. So if you have any thoughts on that, and you have anything to maybe add to it, just maybe put down a reply, and I'd love to hear what you have to say and think about it. Have a lovely day.